Hi everybody, Gary Williams here, once again reaching out to friends and colleagues all over the world to see how we are all coping in our artistic community with these crazy times. I'm so happy that the fellow waiting patiently there is the wonderful Michael Feinstein. Drum roll. Hello, Michael.
Hello.
So nice to see you. And you're looking very happy. You're smiling a lot. Now, either you're in a good mood or you're going slightly mad.
Or I'm medicated.
Which is it? You tell me.
Actually, I'm in a good mood. Uh, I have been not Pollyanna, but I've been experiencing a lot of gratitude and happiness in this time. And some people, I guess, are perplexed by that, and some people are imploding. But I'm feeling optimism because I feel like our world has needed a fundamental correction or change. It's tragic. This is a tragic time, and yet we also have been given many gifts. Uh, it doesn't minimize the terrible things that are happening to people, the day-to-day and moment-to-moment issues that many are experiencing. Yet there also is always the choice that we make in any given moment. We always have a choice of how we respond. That's all we have.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just constantly looking at blessings from moment to moment and trying to not figure out, but I'm mindful about what I can do to help other people.
Are there some tangible benefits that you've experienced as a result of all this and a result of this sort of lockdown situation, positives which you would not have had in your life were it not for all of these negatives?
Yes, the luxury of time to do things that I didn't think I would be able to do or get to do for a while. Not only organizing things and looking around and going through things that I have and such, but also the time that gives us the opportunity to go inward, to look inside, and to see how things feel without as much incursion from the outside. And because of that, there are many changes happening in people because as things slow down, we look at things differently. For me, I've been meditating every morning for a long time instead of just quickly meditating and saying, okay, I've done it and I'm going to get up. And also, I'm on the West Coast in California right now. And every day at 1 p.m. our time, I've been joining a meditation group, visualizing world peace and just connecting with people in love in hopes that that energy will have an effect. And I do believe very strongly that what we think and what we feel affects people. And people always say, oh, there's nothing we can do about this or about that. But the only thing that is required of us is to be ourselves and to put our intention in the right place and do whatever we can. I mean, it's the small choices, it's the small decisions that make the difference in life. It's the combination of billions of small decisions that shape our world.
Mm-hmm. I know that you famously have a remarkable music library and all sorts of archives there. Well, an archive with all sorts of things. I'm assuming you've been seizing the opportunity to rummage around some boxes that you haven't had a chance to open so far.
Yes, yes, I have. And I've been going through recordings because I have, through the years, inherited different collections of recordings. And sometimes there are boxes that I didn't label, and I open them up, and it's it's amazing. And I found incredible things. I found two unreleased recordings made by Hoagie Carmichael in 1946. And I found a demo by the songwriters Livingston and Evans for the movie Sunset Boulevard, the Gloria Swanson film,
Wow.
from which the inept Lloyd Webber musical was fashioned. And they wrote a title song called Sunset Boulevard. and it's this boppy, fun little thing. It's mad, it's crazy, but never gets you lazy down on Sunset Boulevard. I mean, the song is so inappropriate for the movie, because the movie is film noir death, thing, it's very funny, and it's a good song too. So finding things like
these things, and you listen to them, or you find music, you must be. Well, I mean, it's interesting. Are you itching to get out and perform again? Because I know a lot of artists, they just think, oh, that's the hard. They love to sing, they love to do what they do, they love to dance, but actually the hard bit is putting on the makeup and putting on the suit and getting there and doing the show, and they're actually quite happy just kind of doing it for themselves or staying at home. I mean, where are you in this?
Well, it reminds me, Elaine Stritch always said, it's not the work, it's the stairs. For me, I have always been in some ways a reluctant performer. I mean, when I'm out there, it's wonderful, but I have no burning need to perform. I have a burning need to have music in my life and to share it, because I always, this all started for me because I wanted to share the music that I loved. So I am not feeling this great deprivation by not performing. Having said that, I did 21 different podcasts, presentations for Broadway World, and I'm doing some things for Carnegie Hall, so I can't get away from it.
But that, in a way, is like performing, isn't it? I mean, you might not be on stage, but you've still got to be organized, you've got to figure out what you're doing, and importantly, it's an artistic outlet for us, and at the end of the day, we're artists, and we like to express ourselves through the medium that we love, right? Whether it's by talking about the music or singing the songs or whatever.
Absolutely. And of course, now anything that we sing is heightened in the sense that it all has meaning ascribed to it with the changing of these times. And so it's always a question, well, do I do something inspirational? Do I do this? Do I do that? And I'm getting a little sick of the inspirational things, because it's enough to cheer up.
It sounds very British of you, sick of inspiration.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like, well, all these people are writing these songs of like, it's gonna be all right. That's like, okay, I get it. I want to sing, you scream, I scream, we all scream for ice cream. It's like, we got to lighten up. I mean,
I was thinking just the other day, it's just gone out of my head, the verse to Shall We Dance? Because I was singing it to myself the other day, and it just seemed very apt. Oh no! I'm thinking slap that bass. So slap that bass, slap it till it's dizzy. But the verse. Do you remember the verse from that?
Yes. Zoom, 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 zoom. The world is in a mess.
Right.
With politics and taxes and people grinding axes, there's no happiness. Zoom, 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 zoom. Rhythm, lead your race. The future doesn't fret me if I can only get me someone to slap that bass.
And it made me think that there's got to be a load of great American songs which perfectly match the times that we're in. We can find solace in. I mean, any come to mind? Or you must have been thinking of a few over the last few weeks. I'm putting you on the spot here.
No, I mean, the verse actually of Shall We Dance is a great verse. I mean, drop that long face, come on, have your fling, why keep nursing the blues? This old world on a string, put on your dancing shoes, stop wasting time, put on your dancing shoes, watch your spirits climb. But I think of the ironic things, like You Mustn't Be Discouraged, that song from Fade Out, Fade In by Julie Stein and Comden Green. It was a Shirley Temple takeoff. When you think you've hit the bottom, things can always get worse. You can always go there's always a little bit further down you can go, and think about the Johnstown flood in Pennsylvania. And it's so funny because I think of songs like that. I think of the ironic ones. But of course, things like Love Is Here to Stay and As Time Goes By, that just simply remind us that the fundamentals do apply, and life will continue. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of other songs specifically.
Pick yourself up. Nothing's impossible, I have found, for when my chin is on the ground, I pick myself up, dust myself up, and start all over again. I love these. There are plenty of songs about optimism and hope. And I suppose there must have been a lot of songs like this written in the time of the Depression. I mean, America's had some tough times in the past.
Yes, there was a whole glut of songs written during the Depression era, and uh, a lot of them were, what's the word, ingenuous. They were just so sappy,
Mm-hmm.
uh, like "We're in the Money."
Oh, we're in the money.
I
I
mean,
got
"We're in
it.
the Money." "We're in the Money" was written in 1933, which was pretty much the depths of the Depression. And gone are my blues and gone are my tears. I've got good news to spread to your ears. The silver dollar has returned to the fold. With silver, you can turn your dreams to gold. These songs were all, I mean, people ate them up because they needed them so badly. There's another song. It was, I think, Shirley Temple's first movie. I forget the name of it. You know, I'm happy because good times are coming. Good times are coming. You know, the road is open again. You know.
Determination, whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, they were unrelentingly cheery songs, and then there were the anomalies like "Brother, Can You Spare a Dime," which Ip Harburg wrote in 1932 for a show called Americana, and that song was a song that really looked at what was happening in the world, where it was about a man who had lost his job, and he was on a corner asking for a dime, and he wanted to work. He was saying, "Give me a job. Let me do something. Let me let me be a human." And that song, I don't know that it became a hit, but it is the most enduring song from that time.
Mm-mm-mm. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, once we start to get over this thing, all of the economists are predicting that we're going to have some kind of long-lasting recession. It's going to take some time for countries to get out of this. It'll be interesting to see what kind of songs are being written in over the next year that maybe reflect our times as those songs reflected those times.
Yes, it will be interesting. Of course, when people ask me what constitutes a song in the American Songbook,
Yeah.
I say it is only time that determines what lasts. I
Mhm.
consider a Great American Standard or something from that genre something that has lived for 40 years, 50 years, and it is known collectively.
Mm.
So what songs will come out of this collectively, I don't know. Certainly the John Mayer ditty that he wrote for David Geffen is one that has the chance of living a long time. I don't know if you heard about that.
Tell me.
Well, David Geffen posted this video from his yacht saying, "I hope everybody's doing okay," and they had this, what do you call it, an aerial shot, I forget zooming or showing, like, "Hi," and John Mayer wrote this song, "I'm on my yacht, I'm on my." He wrote this thing that went viral because, and David Geffen immediately not only deleted his post from Instagram, he deleted his entire account. So look it up. It's fun. It's very funny. So
Any thoughts?
that
The many artists that are watching this and that are sort of struggling to stay positive. I mean, I'm trying to. One of the reasons I like doing these little chats with people is because there are lots of us who are finding some positive things to come out of it. I mean, where's a good place to start? Do you think for anybody that loves the kind of music that we love, who's feeling a little bit down in the depths, a little bit under the weather? Any thoughts on how they can fill their life with a little bit of creative positivity?
Well, you mean what sources to go to
What could they do? Or I mean, whether it's writing songs or I
oh,
mean, what do
right.
you think about everybody now is online, sort of singing songs and doing these things from their living room, singing songs? Do you think it's a good idea, or are you getting sick of it?
I am so over it.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for people that want to consume it. It's fine. That's the wonderful thing, is that you don't have to watch everything. At the beginning, I watched a lot of them, but I'm exhausted because the medium itself is exhausting for me. the virtual medium is something that doesn't feel good in my body after I spend a certain amount of time on the computer. I'm just worn out, more exhausted than I am in other ways. So for me, I have to very much limit what I consume, because I have to stay connected to how my body feels. But of course, it's the only way for people to connect. So there we are. But I'm from a different generation, so I still prefer acoustic sound in the live medium, and I also like the presentation of not formality, but I don't like to see someone in the undershirt singing. You know, I like to see something that has more presentation to it, because it adds to the effect of the music. And having said that, I've done, as I said, you know, over 24 of these things in my living room, because I hope that it will help.
I bet you were immaculately dressed, Michael.
Well, I wasn't a schlepper, as my grandmother used to call me. But as far as...
Well, I know you're sitting there in your pajama bottoms, but you don't have to show it. You don't have to show. So listen, looking towards when we come out of this, and we will eventually, are there things which Michael Feinstein has sort of got in his back pocket, which he's going to be presenting to the world once things start to get a bit back to normal? Are you writing anything? Are you thinking of any new songs, new shows, new presentations? What are we going to be seeing from you when things start to resume normality?
I'm playing the piano more, and I rarely include piano solos in my programs, but a couple weeks ago, impromptu, for one of these videos on Broadway World, I did a Sondheim medley where I just played a bunch of Sondheim songs instrumentally, and it was so much fun. And then I played, just for me, not on camera, or on iPhone, I played a song all the way through instrumentally, and then I sang it, and I thought, gee, I want to do more things where I'm playing the piano more and integrating just the instrumental with the vocal. Creatively, I have been just taking time to see what gestates, where I will just sit at the piano and just see what comes out. If I play a song, if I write a tune, I'll close my eyes. Sometimes I'll literally bang on the piano. I'll just make sounds. I mean, it's just like it's like primal therapy or something. So I'm just allowing whatever needs to come out to come out. It's not structured. And that is how new art is born, because I also discovered that a part of me was burned out from working so much. And so not making music is as productive creatively as making music.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. If people want to catch up with you and see what you are up to online, I mean, what's the easiest way to do that? Where are you most at online? Just your website or anything else?
Well, there's a lot of postings on Facebook. I'm always putting stuff on Facebook, website, Instagram, and such.
The website, michaelfeinstein.com.
Yes.
And what's your Instagram? How do we? Sorry, on Facebook. How do we find you on Facebook?
I have no idea.
How do we just look? So I guess there's going to be a link from your website. I guess all the links are going to be there. Or if not, find you. There can't be too many musical Michael Feinsteins in the world.
Well, there's 3 in the Hollywood phone book, so I don't know.
Right. Okay. Hopefully we won't get the wrong one. Michael, it's always a joy to talk to you. I'm glad you're smiling. I'm glad you're happy. I'm glad you're sending out good energy and good vibes to the world. And stay safe. And lovely to talk to you. Take care. And I'll see you at the end of all this.
All right. Well, as Charles Dickens said, God bless us all.
Take care. Lots of love.
You too.